Good morning. Welcome to 365 Days of Richer Living, daily morning reading, meditation, and prayer time. Excuse me. My throat's not awake yet. I'm Reverend Rafe Ellis, Senior Minister and Spiritual Leader at Columbia Center for Spiritual Living in Columbia, Maryland. This is March 30th. I am enriched by the abundance of God. And the scriptural reference this morning is from the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 10. Prove me now herewith, saith the Lord of hosts, if I will not open the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing that there shall not be room to receive it. What a promise this is. As though the divine were issuing a challenge to the human and saying, perhaps things are better than they appear to be. Have you ever really tried have you ever really tried having confidence in the Spirit? Have you ever experimented with your own mind to see if you could come to a place where you really believe there is good enough to go around? It is as though the prophet were telling us that even the divine bounty itself, lavish and extravagant as it must be, awaits our acceptance. Possibly we have been holding our bowl of acceptance and our chalice of life upside down so that even the fruit and the wine of spirit cannot be poured into it. Yet the windows of heaven must forever be open. Today, I open the windows of my own soul that the windows of heaven may pour into my experience, a blessing greater than I am able to receive. Nor would I wish, nor would I withhold this blessing from others, for as surely as it comes to me, just so surely shall it go forth multiplied and increased to heal and help, to bless and enrich and gladden others. Today, my faith, my hope, my expectancy look up and out and behold a limitless abundance present everywhere, flowing through all things, a limitless love giving of itself to everything, an infinite peace enfolding all, and behind it all and around it all and through it all, a joy forever singing a song of happiness and fulfillment. This is my day. This is my heaven. This is my life. This is my God. In Him I will put my trust. In God I will put my trust. So let's take that into our time of meditation, contemplation. Recognize there is only one divine, perfect source that is the substance of all creation, that is the creator of all creation, that within this one infinite possibility resides. Everything to be created already in this infinite substance, waiting to be realized, waiting to be made real, creating points of itself as its creation, as creation, expressing the multiplicity, the diversity of itself in individualized, unique, never to be repeated forms of itself, from the grass that we walk on to the trees that blow in the wind itself, to the sky we look at, to the planet that holds it all as we understand it, to the cosmos that holds the planet, to this thing called gravitational pull that holds it all in place, to the tiniest microscopic thing to observe and explore, to the most magnificent mountain, to everything that is seen and unseen. All this one power and presence, all created out of and containing the one substance. Whether we call it life, whether we call it love, whether we call it Buddha, whether we call it Muhammad, whether we call it Allah, whether we call it Jesus, makes no difference. It is beyond what can be named. And so we reference it by a name to function in the agreement of language in this planetary realm, knowing that the thing itself is far greater than the concept held in the word, that it is the great I am that has always been, that has no beginning, that has no end, that has no circumference. And so its very center must be everywhere present. Must be. And creating out of itself, all of its creation must contain it and must exist within it, surrounded by it. And in the impermanence of form, what comes out of it returns to it. And that in truth, there are no barriers, there is no separation. And so while I appear to be separate from it, I never am. It lives, moves, and has its being in, through, and as me. The container that is Reverend Rafe is never separate from its source, its substance, its essence. And what is true of me is true of all. And so all life, all form lives, moves, and has its individualized being within this one and is filled with it, never separate from it. And being never separate from the source, we cannot be separate from one another. That the bodies simply define our presence, simply define how we move about in this planetary realm, never separating us from each other. They define, they do not limit. They are outlines. They are not walls. And so I recognize my oneness within the whole of life, within the whole of God, within the whole of Spirit. One. And so knowing, having recognized what it is, having recognized that I am one that all are one with it and with each other. I speak my word, claiming and affirming an awakening, an opening of that heaven's door for the blessings to be poured out and into us. And as we receive those blessings, we pour them out and into. So we participate in the law of circulation, in the law of reciprocity, in the law of giving and receiving, all one and the same. I speak my word, affirming, recognizing that more than there is enough, all there needs to be, all there can't be, all the abundance of life itself already is. That there is nothing to seek, there is nothing to find. There is simply a power and a presence, an intelligence and abundance to receive, already present, right here, right now. So I say yes. I say yes to being that, to receiving that, to giving that. Yes to it all. Knowing that it is a blessing that already is contained within itself and is being received by its creation, completing the circulation, opening the floodgates of circulation, of flow. So grateful. Grateful that it already is. Grateful that life within me informs me of each next step leading to home, the fulfillment of the self, the divine self. So I celebrate. I celebrate what is. I celebrate an awareness of what is. I celebrate a presence and a power of what is. And I let it be what it is. Ashe. Shalom. Aho. Amin. Amen. And so it is.